Kind of have a little bit of progress. It took me like 2 hours. I'm not this. I don't do this. Hi my loves, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new. I am so excited about this video. Like I genuinely don't think I've been more excited to film a video in, I can't remember when. Today, as you can tell by the title, we are getting new bookshelves. Well, we already actually have new bookshelves, but they are not put up, obviously. I have always dreamed of one of those like just big walls of books, like always dreamed, like since I was like 10 and started reading. But I have always lived in a small room, or in this case now, an apartment. And I moved last year, like in the middle of last year, to a slightly bigger apartment. Not that much bigger, but slightly bigger. And so now I have a little bit more space. And I really just thought there is no logical reason for me not to get bigger bookshelves because I am overflowing. I have books there, I have books under my TV, I have books in my room. There are so many books around this house. My boyfriend also reads, so there is books of his as well. So I thought it was finally time to get a proper bookshelf, to get more bookshelves. It's basically, this is what my bookshelf looks like beforehand. I'll do a little before and after. Quite crowded, quite overflowing, and I just want to be able to like display some of my really beautiful books more. So the plan is for this little bookshelf here, I have got extenders, so I'm going to extend that bookshelf up to 3 shelves. So it'll be like a full-size bookcase. And then we also have another bookcase that is this size. It's the Billy bookcase from IKEA. Everyone has it. We also have that one to put up. And then this little bookcase will either try and like fit it here if it does, or it might go over to the other side of the room. We'll see what fits. We're going to play around a little bit, see what works in our space, just work with the space. But yeah, that is the plan. I am so excited. So I think the first thing we're going to do is set up this new bookshelf, and then we'll take all the books off this and we'll just play around with it. So let's go set up this bookshelf. I'm terrible at building things. I will be asking my boyfriend for help. Bookshelf is like pretty much assembled, but I need to put it in this corner basically to put the final shelves in. So I'm going to move every single book off this shelf and this shelf, and then we'll do some bookshelf reorganization, like literal bookshelf. Okay, it may look like it have taken me, I don't know, 20 minutes to do all this. It took me like 2 hours. I'm not this. I don't do this. But I do it for my books because like, are you serious? Look how big these are. I had no idea how little my other one was. I'm also hoping it's not too echoey, but I had no idea how little my other one was because like these are massive. Okay, so basically you can't quite see the top of these, but I'll show you in a second. This is my old one. And I had to do a bit of a DIY thing because I thought you can add extenders onto. It's fine. These are the exact same. This is the small Billy and this is the big Billy bookcase. So in my mind, I was like, it's going to be fine to add extenders onto this. It's going to be so easy. I was wrong. What's new? This one clearly wasn't meant to have extenders on it because it didn't have the little hole to attach them to, which I didn't even think about because I've never like added extenders to my shelves before. So I didn't know there was like a thing you had to have. I don't know. So I had to kind of DIY and I just drilled some holes. I like measured it and drilled some holes, and look, it's doing a good job. It's stable. The other thing about this is I rent, as we have already established, so I can't drill these shelves to the wall, which is a little bit of a problem, but it's fine. What I've done, and one of you actually suggested this, and I did it to my last one, it worked great, but you basically put some cardboard under the like edge of the bottom of the shelves, and it makes it stable. It makes it like kind of pushed back a little bit, so the center of gravity is like kind of going back, so it's not going to fall forward. Now is finally fun part of this where I can put on music. I couldn't put on music before. I was getting too agitated. I was also getting really hot. Just kind of cooled down a little bit now. Actually looks like it's about to pour rain. I am going to put on some music and start to decorate and figure out like what I want to do. So the only thing I do know is that I can't put like heavy books up the top here, or at least a lot of books up the top shelves, because I don't want the center of gravity to fall over. because that wouldn't be good. And then also, as you can kind of see, hang on, I'll show you. Up the top here, they're slightly different heights, which whatever, I actually don't mind. I'm going to utilize that by putting like plants and stuff up here and kind of like decorative things up here. And I think that'll just look really cool. I think up the top, we're gonna do decorative ones because then I can just like display them and they shouldn't be too heavy. In the middle, we're probably gonna do a lot of fantasy, like Brandon Sanderson is probably gonna be this shelf or maybe even the shelf under. All my kind of big series will be in the middle shelves. And then everything else we'll just see. We'll go with the vibe. Okay, I think first course of action is going to be my most recent addition to that and my like favorite editions I have ever had. My dad got these for me for Christmas this year or last year, 2024. And they are the special editions of Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is like, I can't even explain. It is my favorite series I have ever read, ever. I love it to bits. I just think it is absolutely incredible. And these are like special illustrated editions as well. And the covers are absolutely stunning. Like, play them, but they are in a box. I kind of want to keep them together so that like they don't get damaged or anything because these I want to keep in good condition. So I'm kind of thinking a middle shelf might be good. Like maybe this shelf here. And maybe I can put along with that like my Caraval hardbacks, Once Upon a Broken Heart. Like kind of keep it like my favorite series. I could even put the AHHH series there. I'm really bad at deciding these things. Anyway, let's start. Okay, we kind of have a little bit of progress. I've decided to do a lot of my special editions in the middle and I'm thinking the top shelf could be all my ARCs, so advanced reader copies. I hold such a special place in my heart for the ARCs I receive. I'm just like so eternally grateful to have something that rare and that exciting. So I kind of thought it'd be fun to display them all up here. And then in here I have put my Magnolia Parks special editions so far. Then my Magnolia Parks series, and then we have the Boys of Tommen series. I would like to display them kind of close to each other because they're my favorite series. So whether it's all on that shelf or on this shelf and that shelf. Thinking down here can be like romances, just romance heavy down there. And then over here, I'm thinking this will all have to be fantasy. I didn't really realize how many fantasy books I have. And here I was thinking like, oh my God, this is gonna be a massive amount of room. I don't know that it is. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna start like organizing now, like actually putting them on the shelves. And then I think we'll go from there. Not used to having bookshelves this deep. Like, they fit so much. I could double line these if I wanted to. I have so much room now. Is actually making me so happy, you have no idea. Okay, hang on, let me bring you closer. This is the first shelf, the first two shelves that are set up. So, but actually we have three. I lied. We have three. Okay, so first of all, we just have my basic fantasy shelf. These are kind of just all of my like fantasy favorites, fantasy books I recommend all the time and I'm always reaching for. So we've got like the Shepherd's King duology, Dance of Thieves duology, the BOOKSHELVES, my personal favorite, one of my favorite series of all time. A few books in there I haven't read as well, like Ember in the Ashes, I haven't read that. Then down here we have another favorite shelf. We have the Darkshade Magic trilogy, my Lord of the Rings collection, the original Dune copies, and then my Stephanie Garber universe. So I feel like that I really like, and then I'll just kind of put things amongst that to fill it out a little bit. And then down here we have another favorites. I do like a lot of fantasy books in case you couldn't tell. So we have the Divine Rivals duology. Then we have like this whole Lynette Noni section. She is quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. Then we have the Winter's Promise series, Olivia Blake, and some other kind of fantasy favorites. I'm really liking how this is turning out. I feel like this is really good. I'm gonna do my romance shelf now. I do have quite a bit more fantasy, and then down here on this bottom shelf, you can't really see, but down there we're gonna be doing my Brandon Sanderson shelf because they're really heavy books, and I feel like that'll weigh the bookshelf down really well. So yeah, we're gonna do them in a second. This here is my romance shelf. This has all my Taylor Jenkins Reid, Elsie Silver, and then just kind of small town romance series. I always like to put these ones together, like the Knockmount series, the Lakefront Billionaire series, Chestnut Springs, and what is this one? Rose Hill series. I like to put them all together because I feel like they all just have the best colors. Like it all goes so well together. So I think from here in this little section, I'm just gonna do more romances. Like I'll probably do my Maple Hill series. Okay, ended up just putting the Maple Hill series up here, then the Dream Harbor series, Red, White and Royal Blue, some Ali Hazelwood, and then just two other little romances because they fit the color palette. All right, I still don't really know what's going on up here. I'm kind of thinking I might put something in between here, just like some plants and stuff. Let's do my Brandon Sanderson shelf. Okay, top shelf here is done. I basically put all my little arcs here, most of my arcs there, like the ones that I just like cannot believe I have, like the Quicksilver arc, Immortal Dark, the Crimson Moth, everything like that. And then we just kind of have some other series, like we have the first two in the City of Brass, which aren't even mine. The first two in the David Bound series. They're not mine, they're my friends, and I'm just I hate putting them on my bookshelf because it's like I own them. I don't own them. They're my friends. I need to give them back. Oh, we then have the Rogue King, which I am now realizing is in the wrong order. This is the Inferno Rising series by Abigail Owen. Then have the Scarlet Veil, Lady of Darkness series, the first two. We have Study in Drowning, Lucy Undying, and Terrasil and Eleanor. Okay, we've got a lot to work with. We do have my Sarah J Maas, which I am thinking is going to go down the bottom here. But then again, I also have my thrillers, and I would like to probably put them down there. So maybe I'll do Sarah J Maas down there. What am I going to put up here? Because I kind of want pretty books up there because like you see it. Maybe I'll do my Sarah J Maas up there. I am very aware that my Throne of Glasses do not match. It annoys me too. But like I bought this one when I was like 16 and then I didn't read the next in series and then I bought this one, but then I found this one. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get that. So yeah, they're all mismatched, but it's fine. I feel like this is just showing my true height. I'm actually really short. I'm 5'2". Okay, now we have more room. I need fantasies because otherwise it's gonna bug me. I think we'll just do some standalone fantasies or fantasy series that like I haven't got all of them of. Actually, you're all gonna be probably pretty annoyed by me for doing this, but I'm gonna put my Stalking Jack the Ripper series up there because at least then we have like series up there. I know this is like complete opposite. It's not fantasy, but maybe we can put something in between it. I think we've done. I think we did it. Now we get to decorate. Oh my God, I think we did it. Oh my God. Like, how is this mine? How are these all mine? I didn't know I had this many books. There's still more in there and more over there. We've got to fill up that bookshelf. I probably won't film that too much because they're not that interesting books. They're like more my boyfriend's books, so. But like, let's decorate this. Let's decorate and chat, shall we? If you don't decorate your bookshelves, I actually can't relate to you because I've always done that. I have so many just little things. Number one, I have Sylvanians. I don't know if that's focusing, but I'm obsessed with Sylvanians and I always put them where my romance books are. So I think I'll put them here for now. I went to Japan. I've said this many times, but yes. I went to Japan earlier this year not earlier this year, in 2024, early 2024. And I became obsessed with Sylvanians again because they're really big in Japan. And I just allowed myself to become obsessed with them, if I'm gonna be honest. And so I got a bunch while I was over there and then my family bought me some because they saw how obsessed I was with them. Of course, we have my Sminskys. So, oh my God, it's glowing. It's glowing. Look. Okay, so my Sminskys, they usually sit on top of my books. I'm gonna put them on here because they like sitting on top of hardcovers. And then I have another one that can go here because like, then they're nice and close to each other. That's moving Sminsky. I'm pretty sure I pronounced them wrong. Smisky. Smisky? We then have my little fairies. These are my little fairies. I have had them since I was very young. And of course they're gonna go on my fantasy shelves. I'll put them in front of the Once Upon a Broken Heart because that's whimsical. A Sony Angel Hipper and a Harry Potter. I might put the Harry Potter like up here with my Ollivanders wand. I feel like that makes sense. By the way, you might be going, Freya, where is your Harry Potter books? I have multiple bookshelves. I know it's so bad. I'm just thinking like when I get to finally put all my books together. One day in the very far future. I did a bookshelf tour a while ago. You can go watch that if you want, but I have like my other bookshelves at my parents' house and they kind of have all my like childhood series, I guess, like my Harry Potter, Cassandra Clare, Game of Thrones, Hunger Games, all of that. That's all at my parents' house, but these like kind of the ones that, I don't know, I've collected and I buy in Melbourne. I crown, because why not? A chocolate frog thing, because again, why not? This is from Harry Potter. And lastly, my time turner. It'd be like hanging from here maybe. Okay, time turner's here. I'm actually gonna move the other Swinsky down to here, I think. Okay. So the other thing I was kind of wanting to do is add fairy lights to this, but I'm not sure if I'll do that right now. I might do that a bit later. I also don't know if they're long enough. I have my plant up there. I'm just, oh my God, I'm actually obsessed with this. Like, how is this mine? This is like my childhood dream. This is my real childhood dream, just in real life. I think I'm gonna go sort out the other bookshelf now. And I'll give you a little overview once that's done as well. So I'm not even gonna lie, it's the next day. As you can see by how I'm dressed. In all honesty, it just got dark. I took way too long to set up the other bookshelf, and then I kind of was doing some like cleaning and everything. And I wanted to give you, I was also exhausted. I wanted to give you the best possible kind of a reveal for this bookshelf, and I didn't want it to be dark and dingy and me not being like 100% there because I was so tired. So I just thought we'd do it the next day. And I think that was a very good decision because I am definitely much more happy. So let's do a little tour, shall we? I'll also show you the bookshelf over there. It's not that interesting, but I will. We'll just do a little brief overview tour. We'll start with this shelf. Up the top here, we have my ARC collection with some of my favorite arcs. So like I said this before, Crimson Moth, Immortal Dark, Quicksilver, everything like that. And then over here, we just have a few fantasy series. So we have the David Bound trilogy, Inferno Rising trilogy. That's not a trilogy, that's a 4-book series. And then a few other fantasies up here. Down here, I think this is probably this shelf and this shelf. This is my favorite like shelf. I think they're beautiful. So we have my Magnolia Parks collection with the original covers. I only have the first 4, I know. And then we have my beautiful special editions of the Magnolia Parks series. And then we have Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. This was the early copy I received, and I have like annotated it like crazy. This one just holds a special place in my heart because it was an early copy. We then have my Ali Hazelwood arcs. So they're all my hardcover arcs for Bride, None, Love, and Deep End. And then we have my Abby Jimenez and the 7-Year Slip. So kind of just like romances that I love, books that I love, special editions, anything like that. They fit together, I think. I think they fit together pretty well. Down here, we have my Boys of Tommen shelf. We have all of the Boys of Tommen, my indie copies, my hardbound edition, and then we have my Emily Henry. We also have a lot of Sylvanians here, emotional books. They kind of just fit on this shelf. Down here is my romance shelf. We love a good romance shelf. So we have my Taylor Jenkins Reid, the Elsie Silver collection, a lot of series here. So like the Knockmount series, like Front Billionaire series, and then the Maple Hill series. We have another series here. This is the Dreambound Harvest series, I think it's called. Ellie Hazelwood, and then just some other little romances. So like my romance shelf. I think it looks really pretty. And then down the bottom, I am not going to get down the bottom because like I can't reach down there, but we have all of my thrillers and then a few other romance books that just didn't quite fit on this shelf. Okay, this is like my favorite. Oh my God, I'm actually obsessed with how this shelf turned out. So up the top here, very tall shelf. Like I can't believe people put like extenders on this. I'd have to have a ladder. Oh my God, imagine that. So up here we have all of my Sarah J Maas books. I only have the Throne of Glass series and the Crescent City trilogy, or at the moment it's trilogy, obviously there's going to be more. And then we just have the Stalking Jack the Ripper series and None Shall Sleep, just cause it fit up there. This shelf is just kind of everything I hoped it would be. It's just like so fantasy-esque. Like it just, you look at it and you're like, oh my God, that's like a dream collection of fantasy books. It is to me. Basically just my fantasy favorites. Some Cassandra Clare, the Shepherd King duology, Dance of Thieves duology. Then we have the Lightlark Saga as well as this special edition for the Lightlark Saga. This one is absolutely beautiful. It's so pretty. I was actually kindly sent this one, which I cannot believe, and it's probably one of the only, I think it's the first sprayed edge edition I have. And then we have my beautiful Grishaverse, like my One True Love series. Here is probably, as I said, one of my favorite shelves. So we have the beautiful Lord of the Rings, and you know what? I'm going to show you them. I'm going to show you my Lord of the Rings collection. Oh, over here we have Dark Shade and Magic, and then we go into Tolkien. I'm going to show you them though, because they're worth seeing. So this is The Hobbit. Like, have you seen a more beautiful illustration? Because I haven't. I think this is stunning. We always have a map in the first page, and then throughout the book we have these little illustrations as well as whole page illustrations. I saw one comment on my, I think it was my Instagram video of this, saying like, I'm surprised you can read it. Like I have them and they're really flimsy pages. These are not flimsy pages. Like this is an incredibly good quality book. Also the writing on here is green. Like this is incredibly good quality. So I don't know, if you're thinking of buying them, I think it's worth it. Hopefully some of you can nerd out over these like I am. I hope it's not boring, otherwise just skip it. This is the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. The detail is just insane to me. This is also like their gold on the edge. I don't know if you can see that. In the back, and then let's just see some of the photos, shall we? Stunning, stunning. The Two Towers, this is actually my favorite in the trilogy. I don't know why, but this is it. And I love the back of this. And then finally, Return of the King. This one is massive. I love this cover. Like, have you, oh my god, okay. Ooh, we have the eye. Oh yeah, so that's my beautiful Lord of the Rings collection. And then my Dune trilogy. And then my Stashed Niigata universe. My little Once Upon a Broken Heart and Caraval. Okay, for the shelf, again, some of my favorites. We have the Divine Rivals duology, and then we have like this whole Lynette Noni situation. So we have an Arc of Wandering Wild here. We have the Prison Healer, and then the entire Madoran Chronicles, and then the first book in the Whisper series. Madoran Chronicles, if you've been here for like more than like a month, I would say you'd know. You'd know I am obsessed. And then we have the Mirror Visitor series, the first 3 books in that. Olivia Blake, and then a few other fantasy favorites. We're just gonna point down here, but we have the entire Brandon Sanderson collection with the Mistborn trilogy and then the Way of Kings. And that is his newest release there. Yumi the Nightmare Painter, Swordcatcher, Daughter of No Worlds, and Serpent and the Wings of Night. And then a little high fantasy stack. So like Prayer of the Orange Tree, Shadow of Gods, Sabriel. So this is like almost my high fantasy shelves, excluding these 2. And then down the very bottom, kind of just all some other fantasy books, other fantasy standalones, books in series, sci-fi as well. We've just kind of got a little bit of everything down here. Now this is the other bookshelf we set up. I'm just gonna do a very quick like overview of this. I'm not gonna go into as much detail because these are pretty much all my boyfriend's books with a few of mine. I kind of put my non-fiction and just like contemporary fiction over here. So up the top, this is entirely his shelf, and we have all of his Japanese authors, some Sally Rooney, Tomorrow, all that kind of stuff. This is his taste in books. This is a difference in our taste in books, which I kind of love, but like it's very funny. On this shelf we have his first edition of Journey to the Center of the Earth, and then just kind of a few decorations and stuff. Down here is more where some of my books are. So like some of my books are The Book Thief, Catch-22, Beartown, all that sort of stuff. This also just has some non-fiction in here, and then a lot of classics over here. This shelf down here is just a mix of everything, honestly. This is, you can see what's there. And then the very bottom shelf is just like a kind of decorative shelf. I put my Water Lilies Monet book there because it's pretty and I want it to be on display. But yeah, this is what the other little bookshelf looks like. And those are, well, these are my new bookshelves. I hope you had fun setting them up with me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you did, that means so much to me. I'm so excited that this is finally done. I am so excited to finally have this bigger bookshelf. It just, oh my god, it's like the best birthday present ever. Because if you did, I don't know if I mentioned this in my early video, but this is the birthday present to me. My 21st birthday present from my parents. I didn't buy it. It's from my parents because I am turning 21 on 29th of January. It's getting very, very close and it just doesn't feel real. This is the best birthday present I could have asked for, and 10-year-old me is absolutely screaming right now. Honestly, 20-year-old me is too. So yeah, thank you so much for watching again. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, of your night, whatever time it is where you are. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video.